Oh, we got to clap.
Clippy clap. Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron.
But I'm not.
What's up?
It's never just Aaron talking,
No, not anymore.
You weren't even trying to crack a joke or anything.
No,
You're just trying to say something.
I'm just saying. I like that.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rain Energy.
No.
Rain Energy.
everybody,
They make
Rain.
drinks.
What
Mine's over there.
What flavor are you guys drinking? If you say orange creamsicle, you're wrong.
Orange Dreamsicle, motherfucker.
And I am drinking Red Dragon, which is probably not one of the best flavors, but it's thermogenic, and it kind of makes me feel good. No, it's really not. But for some reason, I like it.
It's like a Hawaiian punch.
Yep. And then the first thing it says on there is contains no fruit juice. So, it's fruit punch.
Contains no Hawaiian punch.
It's like,
So, what does a thermogenic do anyway?
It makes your body hot.
It just gets sexy?
It gets you all hot and bothered.
Get all sexy?
Yeah.
Basically kicks your fucking, what's it called? Digestive system into overdrive. Makes you burn more calories.
So, in other words,
it makes your body hot.
I should drink all of those. I should drink all of them then.
All of them, yeah. Go and get a case. Drink them
and
all
just
right
down
now.
them, and it'll burn all my fat in 2 days.
Because you'll be dead.
But think of how sexy you'll be.
Right?
But I'll be sexy.
In a couple of weeks, all of that fat would have, rotted away from your body. And you'll just be like literally bones.
Conversely, it actually might have enough preservatives and shit in there where it just keeps the fat on after you die.
No, not from these, but from all the McDonald's that you had, almost certainly.
Oh, God.
Past live
It's been a while
McDonald's.
since I've had McDonald's now.
I wonder how long is a while.
Forgot to silence my
Sure. Well, because occasionally I'll still get a grilled chicken sandwich from there.
Oh, danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, that's the reference.
That's an old reference.
time.
I make old references. That's an old reference.
That's an old reference, yeah.
I'm the old reference man, and that's an old reference.
Exactly. I know
I'm the
old
authority.
references, and that's an old reference.
Oh, God. So, PS5 dropped. They're all like, whoa. Here's the thing. I watched a good portion, all the highlights from the PS5 reveal or whatever, and all the games that were associated with it. And
Resident Evil.
and then I also, Resident Evil 8.
Wait, sorry, not to cut you off. Are those launch titles that they announced or no?
Not all of them.
Son of a bitch. I was excited.
Which Resident Evil 8 I will be playing on my channel, by the way. Plug.
I'll be playing at my house. Plug. Come to my house and watch me play Resident Evil 8.
And then right after that, I went and I watched the Microsoft one, right? And it was just so starkly boring. Like, holy crap, there was nothing in there I was interested with. Like half of the titles I would say I was moderately interested in PS5, but the Series X thing, like every single one on there, I was just like, huh.
That's funny because I
have a
didn't even
Halo
know
thing
it
because
happened.
that's about all I'm interested in.
There wasn't anything from Halo.
I didn't even know it happened. So, nobody
I
was
actually
talking
didn't. I
about
haven't
it.
heard it.
Everybody was
about
talking about the PS5 stuff. I heard all of that.
Yeah.
But apparently,
That's
I guess you're right. It must have been really boring.
The only thing that they did that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, was they have a system called Smart Delivery, and basically what it is.
Did you throw up?
Why do you always think that? It's a burp.
This is so juicy.
That one, I almost gagged myself because that was fucking gross.
It was.
No, usually I'm with you
burps,
that he
Aaron.
always thinks that, but oh boy, that was a
Maybe it's worse.
So
through a
Smart
headset,
Delivery
but
is
that
a
was-
thing where if you purchase the game in any generation, like let's say you get it on PS or not PS,
Xbox.
on Xbox Series X, you'll also own it for every console that it ever comes out for or has came out for.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
They're trying to pressure
That's a neat
PlayStation
idea.
into doing that.
I hope they do.
They should.
That'd be fucking awesome. Could you imagine you get
You know what they should pressure PlayStation into?
What?
Cross-platform play.
Yeah, they should do that. Go ahead, Aaron. You broke Aaron.
Yeah, I just try to interject here and there. I'm sorry.
I mean, that is the format.
Yeah, it is. Also, fuck, everyone knows that you want cross-platform. Everyone wants cross-platform, but they have to be friends. They have to, go in there and touch tips,
They did.
Well, they're not going to be friends. I don't know why they don't want to be friends. At this point, you'd think it'd be a better business model to, have everybody, play together. I don't know.
Yeah, they did it with Fortnite.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're
Still
not
won't
doing
do it with Minecraft.
Else. Yeah.
Why not Minecraft? Fortnite's okay, but Minecraft's not.
Because Fortnite's got guns.
Because Minecraft is originally on PC, and PC is Windows, and Windows owns fucking Xbox. And they're like, oh, no, ours is where it should be. And then, they're like, oh, okay.
I just want to play Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, but all of the titles that I saw for PS4, well, not all of them, but most of them, I was like, cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. That looks really cool.
Even the cat one.
It was so cute.
So adorable, dude. I want to play that so bad, and I have no idea what the gameplay is going to be.
I don't even remember the name of the game. I just remember
Stray.
It's Stray. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was halfway through the video. I'm like, are we playing as a cat?
Yeah.
That's fucking
and
awesome.
And then there's cute robots.
Yeah. I was so
robots and cats. I'm so
hasn't Stray been advertised for years though? Because I remember
everything's
seeing
been advertised for years.
Yeah.
This game's the PlayStation 5 is not coming out until 2082 because that's how the world works.
Mm-hmm.
But
I thought they said it was coming out this year.
It is. I'm making a joke.
A yoke, buddy. Do you not know yoke?
Because we've been talking about cyberpunk since the 40s.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's 1842.
It's not
when Columbus sailed the ocean.
1840s.
The thing is they're saying, oh, Cyberpunk 2077. It's not talking about, oh, it's the future. It's like, oh, that's when it's going to come out.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
the
present
release
day.
date.
Yeah.
That's present day. Yeah. That's funny.
Going to come out on a futuristic a VR system where you feel like there's got all the nanotechnology where it's on your hands and you can feel everything that's touching you and whatnot. Be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Be sweet.
Speaking of futuristic technology, though, do you know PlayStation 5 has something that nothing else has?
A Kaiba head you can put on top of your PlayStation. It looks like Kaiba.
That would be really sick if they sent that out with it. I would be so happy.
Someone's going to make it.
Real quick, before you say whatever you're going to say, I think the design's fine. I know people were
I like the design of the PS5.
I also like it.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. It's super futuristic. The only thing I'm concerned about is that the console looks kind of bag. Yeah, it's kind of bag.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's kind of bag.
Is it big? It didn't look that big to me.
It is kind of big.
It looks kind of bag.
But who cares?
Does it lay on its side? It wouldn't look good on its side.
It looks kind of curvature to do that.
I think it's supposed to stand up.
It is definitely supposed to stand up. But I mean,
this has been a conversation about PlayStation since it came out with PS2. Does this stand up on its side or does it lay down?
The Xbox is a fucking brick.
It's a box. We're not talking about Microsoft here. They're dumb. But it's a fridge, all right? It's a tiny little fridge that actually plays video games.
Yeah, I think the PlayStation looks cool.
It kind of looks like what the Mac tried to do with their Mac Pro, the tower that was just a box.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
They just stole their idea.
I don't know. I think the PlayStation's going to be cool. But anyways, what were you going to say? It has dicks on it or something?
It's kind of
So
bad.
it actually has new SSD technology that nobody else has right now.
Comes with a penis.
So it has firmware that they specifically designed themselves to make games and any other thing like that load faster than is possible on even computers.
Oh yeah.
So what they did is, if you have a building, and I'm really dumb.
I have a building.
By the way, so if I describe this horribly, somebody can correct me in the comments. I
think
know one guy
started horribly by saying, you know how you have a building.
You know how you have a building.
Guys,
no,
you know how you have a building.
So
you
you have a hotel room, right? Or hotel building.
Do you remember what a hotel
in
is?
A game.
Do
you remember what a hotel in a building?
Well, you know how all the little like nameplates for the doors are numbered individually.
Rather than all the same number, because that'd be really confusing.
Right.
Where's my room?
Well, there's files for all of those, right?
A file for the numbers.
Like
that are different
there's a
in
file,
the
like
room
87
for the
different
building.
files for that, for the little number plates on that, and it takes time to load all that. Well, as it was described to me, and I hope I don't fuck this up because I'm sure that I'm going to, is rather than trying to load in that whole building at once, and that's why you get some issues with how quickly it can do it, is because when you turn, it's already a preloaded spot. It loads what you're looking at as you're looking at it.
Well,
so
we've actually been doing that kind of thing for a good long time. I can't remember the term for it, but it's like selective pre-rendering, I think is the term for it, where you load the closest things first, and then you only load like these shitty textures for things that are super far away because they're not important because you're not actually looking at them. But yeah, we've had something like that for a long time, actually since like N64.
Well, then whatever they did made it way faster because I know that they're the only ones with that firmware capability, right?
I mean,
that's cool.
I mean, they're just
improving upon it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if you remember, like,
Sounds cool.
I don't remember what game it was, but I think it was for PS4 or something. But they're like, oh, and it's got like, God, it was the meme for a while there. It's like, oh, it's got like interactive fish in the ponds. Like, oh, look at the fish in the ponds. Like, they actually interact with you. You know, if you go and step close to them, they'll walk away. And then someone shows, I think it was like Super Mario 64, where they have fish in there. It does the exact same thing.
Yeah, but these fish look better.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Okay, whoever the guy that explained this to me watches the podcast. Explain it in the comments.
You probably fucked it up.
I probably fucked it up. I probably did, but I think it's cool that they're improving technologies.
I think it's cool.
Go Sony. If they actually did,
It's
maybe
taco.
they didn't. Yeah. It's right.
It's taco.
What happened?
It's taco.
What? No. What did
No,
you
it's okay.
say?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, I said maybe they didn't actually improve anything, and Aaron's right. It's just an old technology that they're touting.
They probably
Well,
did.
they improved it, sure, but it's like it's not as revolutionary as they want it to be.
It's probably way more better. Yeah. I said that.
In any case, Cody, buy a PC.
I will eventually. I saw that one. I will eventually,
Maybe.
but I am going to buy probably a PS5, although they haven't released the price yet.
Yep.
They did.
No, they didn't.
No, they haven't.
600. Yeah,
No,
it's been.
No.
Everybody's been going nuts about that.
No, that's not
No,
real.
they haven't actually released the
No,
price yet.
Sony hasn't released their price yet.
A lot of
who
people are
released that price?
speculating.
There was some kind of, from what I saw, there was some kind of like link on Amazon or something that had the PlayStation listed already at a price, and everybody took that as the real price.
But that's not necessarily
But
true.
it's not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. I'm hearing it's going to be anywhere from $500 to $900. So who knows?
I've also heard that. And the thing is people are speculating super high, like 9, because there was someone in working with Sony, like one of their big guys, that were like, okay, just remember, it's going to be kind of expensive, okay? And like, okay, I get it. It's going to be expensive, right? But
If it's $900, I probably won't get it.
right, of course.
And I don't think Sony would make it $900.
It's not going to be. I think at
They couldn't
absolute
get away with
worst,
No.
at absolute worst, it'd be 7.
Yeah, I
Right?
think so.
That's what I was going to say, actually.
I think
then-
so too.
If they do 7, I think the digital only version. I think regardless, the digital only version is going to be $100 less.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes the most sense to me. And
Just because the optical drive.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I actually think that's kind of cool.
It
They're
is
doing
cool.
That. Yeah.
Like so many people don't use discs.
I'll
Period.
probably do that because I don't really need it.
I just
In a way, it makes me sad. Because
Yeah, me
it
too.
used to be that, like, I used to like to collect the like cartridges and stuff like that, and I'd keep all the
Cartridges?
inserts because you could look at the art and stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
but
What if they what if you bought it and then you get a download with it or something?
Oh, you get to download the inserts. It's still nothing physical that.
No, I'm
You
saying
know.
like if you buy like a case for the download.
if
would
they
that
do
be cool?
the smart delivery thing, so you can still buy the game, you still have a case, you still have a disc in there, even though you
Yeah.
can't use it, but then they give you a code. And
Oh God! Did they give you a code? And then Satan takes the code.
and then they give you a code, you can download the game, and then they
That's
of
what I'm
course
saying, yeah.
incorporate smart delivery where you own the game forever.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, is they need
That'd
to
be
make sure
cool.
that they lock down everyone's account. So make sure, okay, you will have this account forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is you now forever, and you will always have every game that you've purchased on
That'd be
here.
cool.
Because if you lose your account,
People will
you
be
lose
in the business
hundreds
of
and hundreds of
stealing those.
thousands of dollars. Well, yeah, of
Yeah.
course, but they need one-way encryption, which is the way they should be doing it anyway for everyone's accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not using, single direction encryption, then they're stupid, which they can't be. They can't not be using one-way encryption.
Cody, do you know what that means?
What? People being stupid?
One-way encryption. No, one-way encryption.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, basically, all that
I was
means.
just making sure that I was the only one. Okay.
I have no idea what that means.
No, all it means is that
Oh,
basically
fuck.
even Sony doesn't know what your password is. It gets encrypted on the way to them, and they get this big weird string of numbers that they have no idea what it says, but it's like, oh yeah, that's what he typed in the original time, and there's no way to backward that. It'd be like, oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to be from the insertion point of the password. So
Insertion.
yeah, it's basically, it makes it to where it's impossible for someone to steal your password, because whatever they see still isn't even your password.
Yeah.
Oh. How does that work though? Because what if they hacked into Sony, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got that weird string of numbers that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Is that weird string of numbers the same every time?
No.
Okay,
As long as their encryption is good, then every single time it comes out differently, but it comes out in a format where it links up with, oh yeah, your encryption code is supposed to be this at this point in time, and then the output should be this at this point in time.
So it's like one of those authenticators that are changing the numbers constantly, and you just have to hit it right at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Is that expensive to do or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why everybody's not doing that.
Well, it's not so expensive that a lot of companies should be doing it, because it's just a matter
Sony
of
could do that.
Sony definitely needs to be doing that. Basically, anyone that has even a halfway decent website should be doing something like that. If they have your credit card information, they should be doing it. Period.
That would make it really hard for people to steal that shit.
Sure.
Did they say what the launch titles will be?
No, they haven't nailed it down yet. There's everything is like, well, I mean, you can kind of gather some information, because a lot of it was like, oh, coming, November 2020 or whatever, because there was a few games that were.
Like, I know Resident Evil is not till 2021. That's next year.
Because they want to shit on everyone's boobies.
Shit all over them.
It's going to be so good, too. I want to play it so bad.
Yeah.
Booby shitting?
That game's going to be.
And I heard there's a new Ratchet and Clank. That's cool.
So Ratchet and Clank was probably where Travis heard the whole thing about the SSD and the super fast rendering and whatnot, because they have portals in that game where they can actually seamlessly switch between maps without you even, there's no load time whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you jump through a portal and you're a completely different map.
It's cool.
And it's actually, because, I mean, it's pretty simple. They're using an SSD. As you're moving closer, there's a trigger point. You pass that trigger point, it starts loading in the other stuff. And then by the time you actually go through the portal to it, it's already loaded. And then so there's no load times in the game whatsoever.
That's cool.
Just like, I mean, GTA,
Yeah.
The only time...
I like SSDs.
GTA
Those
5,
are my favorite.
Yeah, SSDs are awesome. So, on the subject of SSDs, I just thought this was kind of random and funny. A lady came in with her laptop, and the laptop's hilarious, right? Because it looks like an old Dell Inspiron, because that's exactly what it is. The old bricky looking laptops, right?
Oh yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I just paid, $500 for this thing. I'm like, oh God, why? And $500 for,
oh boy.
And it looks exactly like probably the mid to late 2000s Dell Inspirons that look just not impressive whatsoever. And I start looking through the specs, and they're really super average, right? 8 gigs RAM, which is cool, And then I realized as I get down to the processor, it's an i7 10th generation. I'm like, oh,
what?
Well, okay, that's weird. Nice. All right. And then it didn't have a GPU except for like the built-in motherboard one.
Just the integrated one.
Yeah. But then I noticed her hard drive is kind of small. And I was like, oh, it's 128? Why is it 128? And it's fucking M.2. And like, what? Oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I got the good one, didn't I? And this lady obviously had no idea what makes a good laptop.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it was.
As a little workstation, that wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, no, she could. I mean, like using it and whatnot was a pleasure. Everything was like crazy fast, really fast. Everything you did, like,
that's crazy. It
went from completely off to completely on in like under, I think, 2 or 3 seconds. Like it was unbelievably fast. It was cool. You know?
I love M.2s.
Yeah, super fast.
They're neat.
But yeah, we're going to probably, within the next 10 years, I bet there's not going to be any hard drives anymore. It's all going to be either M.2 or solid states, and solid states will be like the aging technology at this point.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it's to the point where I can buy a Samsung terabyte solid state for $100.
Damn. That is
like
really good.
I bought 2 of those, and I put one on Alicia's laptop and I put one on my computer. $200, and I don't have to worry about a hard disk drive anymore. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing too, because I got my operating system on my tiny little SSD, but then I have, for some reason, this computer came with 3 250 gig hard drives, which it makes sense when you're pulling a bunch of information all at the same time. You want more areas to do it from, but I'm just gonna yank those things out, transfer all the information over to a solid state drive, just give myself a little bit more space and not make it so crazy. You know.
Well, and to be completely honest, because even the M.2s, I got Alicia's 500 gig one for $60.
Damn.
And it's not a Samsung. Mine's a Samsung, so mine was like 120. But hers, I can't remember which one hers was, but it was $60 and it's 500 gigs and it runs just fine.
Nice. Did you transfer your operating system to your M.2?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And it turns on, like I push a button, it's on. Like, it's great.
I didn't do it into the mic this time. It's okay.
It doesn't matter if it's I don't hear you through your mic. I hear you through you.
But that's the reason that I did that to Alicia's laptop, is because the hard disk drive was constantly at 100% usage.
Right.
And it wouldn't even hardly play like the
bang.
The VR and shit. Like, trying to play the VR on that was so hard.
Did they say anything?
I haven't tried
VR?
it yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
No.
What?
But I imagine...
I was wondering if they say anything about VR.
I'm sure they're going to have some crazy PS5 VR version that's going to be awesome. Hopefully they update the controllers too.
Yeah.
Because if they just used like the Oculus style controllers, and even the original PSVR headset was really good. I'm sure just they'll bump up the resolution a little bit.
Yeah.
And that'll be excellent.
That'd be cool.
Really, really good.
Do you really think that we're going to see VR kind of stuff? Like, it almost seems like it's gone for PC too. Like, I don't see anybody playing it. I don't see any new games for it.
No, it's just because it's being overshadowed by all the new consoles and whatnot, but it'll pick back up.
I mean,
honestly,
people just freaked out about
that. For it.
That Half-Life VR.
Oh yeah, Alex.
Everybody was freaking out about that.
Yeah. I want to play that so bad.
That just came out like a few months ago now.
There's a couple of reasons for that. Not only was the game amazing from what I've heard, but I mean, it's a new Half-Life game for the first time since 2007. So I know that's like no big deal for you, but Half-Life was just such a fantastic game, especially for its time, because you got to remember the original game came out in 1997, a great year for video games. A great year.
The best. The best.
And for a game like that to come out that long ago, you know, and be so cool and so interesting and new at that time. And then for them to expand on the storyline in Half-Life 2, which was fantastic. And And then,
see, like a lot of people liked that though, and they freaked out about the VR in it. They said it was like amazing. I know what's his face was blowing the game the whole time. Not Mark. The other one.
P.
No. Jack.
J.
He blew the shit out of that game. So.
I think Travis left.
Travis? Yeah.
Yep. I heard boo-doo-be-doo-doo, and then it was like, oh, okay.
I don't know why he thinks VR is like dead already. People seem to really like it.
I know, right? So if that's kind of how society is at this point, though. If you don't hear about something for like 10 minutes, you're like, oh, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the future of VR.
I think it's going to be cool.
I want to see like haptic feedback kind of things. Like
sure.
that'd be really cool. The only thing is like home haptic feedback might be really weird. My first thought is like getting like a coat that comes over your arms and whatnot. Oh, I'm hitting things.
Oh, jeez.
And that way, like when you go to like grab something, it'll resist you when you try to like pull it away or something, or like, you know, having the gloves that come on over each finger and
so
you can
actually squeeze boobies.
Yeah. God,
booby squeezing.
He understands. He gets it.
I did hear they were working on some kind of like haptic glove.
That'd be cool.
I heard that. I don't know how true that, because you know you hear shit all the time. But I heard Sony was working on that for theirs, and that would be really cool to be able to actually feel like you're grabbing boobies. You know?
Yeah, of course. And
how would they do that? That'd be so weird.
I don't think it's gonna be.
It's not really
as
hard.
difficult as you think when it comes to, like, I couldn't do it if you sat me down in front of a table and was like, hey, make a haptic glove.
Yeah, I mean,
you could give me 12 years and I would give you pieces of a glove.
but I mean,
they could do it.
It's just servos for resistance. You just run servos across there, and then when you come up to something and it's like, oh, you've hit a connection point in the game, it's just like, oh, you know, stop it from moving, right?
Yeah. You know what the problem is? We need to get all these really smart guys like Neil Tyson and make them stop doing things that matter and have them make video games.
Of course, yeah.
Like, stop trying to figure out how the universe was created and make me a better video game. We'd have it in a week.
But like, what about texture though?
They've already sorted that one out, actually. It's ultrasonic stuff. People actually can simulate textures with vibrations. It's really interesting.
With vibrations.
That excited him.
Really excited.
He likes vibrations.
In fact,
the porn industry is going to be booming.
The last G4, I think, is that what it's called? G4? G3? G3.
I don't know what you're
Maybe
talking
it's G3.
G4 is the upgraded version.
So they had these little panels, right? Where and it was really trippy, but it had like air movement that it would do in there, and you could feel a sphere in midair with just your bare hands, and you could actually feel, okay, here's the sandy feeling one. They're like, oh, what the fuck? You can feel sand on a sphere that's not even there. And then it's like, okay, here's the smooth feeling one. It's like, this one feels like water. It's like, what the fuck?
That's nuts.
And people were like tripping out.
Yeah, they're going to do all that stuff, and it's going to be awesome. I think VR's got a bright future.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's going to be the future of gaming. We're just... Eventually,
expensive.
Yeah, but eventually it'll come down. But I think it's going to be, and this is probably a big call, but I think it's going to be the only way that people game in like the somewhat distant future.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like 30 years from now, there won't be any like, I'm going to use a controller or a mouse and keyboard or anything like. Everything will be
Travis
VR.
is right; it'll be expensive. But you remember when DVD players were like $1,000? So everything starts out really expensive, and it'll come down.
Yeah, because the technology just has to be refined.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Dude, I'm gonna be bummed if that's like when I'm old and can't do it anymore.
Oh, it probably will be.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff, yeah.
But we'll have robot arms anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll just be, what show was it that had like the heads in the jars on robot bodies?
Futurama.
Yeah. We'll be like the Futurama guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Presidential heads.
We still have the podcast going.
That's what it was.
Episode 5 billion.
Oh, yeah, we're never going to stop doing the podcast if we're just heads in jars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's all we'll
20,000 years of podcast.
The only problem is we're going to have to still compete with Joe Rogan's head in a jar.
Yeah, but Joe Rogan's head in a jar is going to be just full of weed, so.
God, could you imagine him 20,000 years in the future?
Whew. He'd be so opinionated.
The conspiracies
so
would
crazy.
just implode his head.
His last one killed me, dude, because he had Bill Burr on, and I'm not a big fan of Bill Burr, but...
Who's Bill Burr?
He's a comedian.
Is that like Will Burr, but Bill?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go for that joke, and I was like, please don't, and still did it anyway.
So it was a quick little clip, but he was on there, and Joe started asking him about the virus and stuff, and he's like, do you want people walking around with masks on and stuff? Because Bill Burr's wearing a mask, when he got there. And Bill Burr just tells him, I'm not doing this shit with you, Joe. I'm not going to sit across from you with no medical degree while you sit there with no medical degree in front of an American flag, smoking a cigar, acting like we know more than the CDC. I'm not doing it. And it was the best thing I've ever seen anybody say to Joe Rogan.
That's so accurate.
It really is.
It was so funny, dude.
That's great.
Have you guys...
Huh?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, even Joe Rogan was like laughing his ass off. It was really funny.
Well, good. I thought he'd be all serious and be like, really? You don't want to talk about this?
No, they're buddies. They're buddies.
With conversations like that, do you guys ever just pick up on shit that people say when you're walking by?
Well, okay, I work in a pawn shop, and people sit there and have conversations about this stuff. And I work in a pawn shop where people buy guns a lot, and they have a very specific demographic of people with a very specific ideology.
And I work at Carl's Jr., so it's the same people.
Yep.
But when you're walking past and somebody says some random shit, does it ever just make you like kind of giggle or lose your fucking mind?
Yeah. Every day. It's just like...
The one thing that gets me, it actually happened yesterday, I think. I was at a store with my mask on, like a good, responsible boy. And some lady in SpongeBob pajama pants and like a dirty tank top and her friend in equally gross clothes turn and look at me and see me with my mask on behind them in line. And then they turn away and have that little like smirk. And then they whisper, laugh. And it's like, yeah, I'm the idiot. I'm the piece of shit that's in the store because I'm wearing a mask. Meanwhile, you have SpongeBob pants on. Like, those people crack me up.
I just hope, if nothing else out of all of this, that we all become like Japan and we get desensitized to people wearing masks and whatnot and just accept that that's kind of part of society. And then past that, when people actually feel sick, they're like, oh, well, maybe I should do this, and then just do it.
No, we're not gonna.
What?
Because America.
What's so hard about that?
Because America.
Why are we so fucking stupid?
Because we pioneered stupidity. America.
But I had an incident of listening to conversation that made me laugh really, really fucking hard.
I believe you.
I want to know. I'm excited.
So I was in Applebee's.
Oh, yeah, as you do.
And I was getting done with dinner, and I paid my check, and I was getting ready to go.
Wait,
and
they make you pay at an Applebee's?
I did.
What the fuck?
And it was
weird.
me, Alicia, and Adri. That's our friend Adri. I don't know if you met her.
Oh, I assume that it was like just not a really random person.
I thought it was
no. We just took somebody out to dinner. We're like,
I thought it was him, Alicia, and a bird at dinner.
It was a hot Tinder date.
A bird?
A bird.
Where did the bird come?
Because Adri is not a person's name. That's a bird's name.
Yeah, makes sense.
How is that a bird's?
But if you add an N, then it's a person's name.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Adri
anyway.
is what you call a bird.
We were walking out, and I don't know why I happened to catch this, but there was this nice family at a table sitting there having... It looked like a nice family dinner. Like, they were all dressed up a little bit, and the grandpa was sitting across from what looked like, the younger daughter or whatever. And as we're walking by, the only thing I caught was the grandpa. He gets this serious ass look in his face. And he sets down his fork and knife that he was cutting his steak with. Like, he puts them down. And he looks her square in the eye and says, Well, you know what? Brandon's a piece of shit. How about that?
I thought it was going to be way worse than that.
And Adri's known me for a good long while, and she looks at me and goes, "Don't." And I instantly just start laughing. So stupidly hard that these people look over at me like, but that was intended to be like, oh, like I wish you guys would have seen it. That was his finisher. That was the thing he came up with. He was trying to hurt people with that comment. Like, you know what, Brandon's a piece of shit. How about that?
It's cute when old people try to hurt people.
He was trying, man. And like,
yeah, I wouldn't have did that either. I would have laughed my ass off.
He knew that I was laughing at him too. Just
do you try to cover it up at all?
No,
I know Aaron probably doesn't. You don't like openly laugh at people, but
I couldn't that time. That time it just came
when I'm
out.
in stores and stuff, I'm just straight laughing if something stupid happens. Like we were at Walmart the other day, and you know how Walmart's got it like sectioned off for the exit and stuff, and they have like a chain running in between. Mm-hmm. This guy, we were leaving, and this old guy, probably in his 60s, had a mop and a bucket with him. And he was like, he just bought it, right? We're leaving the store.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like a janitor.
No, he just bought it. We're leaving the store, and we're like, he's 4 feet from the door. The exit was there. Freedom was in front of him. He turned to his right and tried to get under the chain that separates the exit from the entrance. And because he's 60 million years old, he got stuck halfway through. Like in a one knee down position, you know. I felt for him because like if I tried to do that would have been me with my knees.
Did you go help him?
Oh god, no, I was laughing. So he struggles for what feels like 5 minutes, and then he like kind of falls forward, right, and like picks himself up, and then he leaves through the entrance door to get to his car, which I don't understand why he didn't just walk forward and then go to the right. Why he made this harder on himself. So me and Jess both just start busting up laughing. Like, it's so funny. Because he didn't need to do that.
No, of course not.
Like, if it's an old man and he falls, I'm going to help him. You did that to yourself. So we get in the car, right? We get in the car and we're leaving. And, you know, you come back up to the entrance of the store to pull out. He's back in the store on the entrance side. And it looks like he's trying to get across the chain again. And then we drove away. I don't know why. And I told Jess, I was like, he is back. He's doing it again. And we drove away.
Learned the first time.
Terrible.
Yeah, because I had to go to work or I would have stayed and watched. But, yeah.
I had a cute old man the other day.
Old men are funny.
So I was in Planet Fitness, speaking of old men. And I was headed over to go do my exercise, and I'm walking past, and there's this little old guy, and he's got oxygen on, and he's like just a little teeny old guy, but he's trying his best. And I think he just saw me make eye contact with him. He goes, and he motions for me to come over there. I'm like, okay. And he's like, can you spot me? I was like, sure. So I spotted this little old guy with his little 5-pound weights on either end, doing his thing. And I don't know, it was really cute.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I wasn't sure if it was because. Oh, he did. He did 4 sets of 10 with his little 5-pound weights on either.
Good for him.
Did his thing. But I wasn't sure if it was because we made eye contact or if I was wearing my nurse's shirt. Like, but
that's why I avoid eye
comfortable.
contact with anybody.
Really?
Yep.
I stare at people so hard.
I fucking don't want to be talked to. I don't want anyone to communicate with me. I'd just never go outside ever. That'd be great.
I just really like staring at people.
I bet you
Cody,
do.
Do you ever like realize that you get yourself in trouble?
I think there is something in you for sure that you're like, I want someone to make eye contact with me and be angry with me that I'm looking at them, because it gives me a reason to be angry at them for being angry at me.
A little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of that, definitely. And it's worse when I go to the gym with Joel, because then we're both doing that. And like Joel's even worse about it because he just always looks mad.
Yeah.
Where I'm just kind of staring at you.
Joel
like,
does look innately angry.
He just always looks angry. And, And then we also like involve ourselves.
He's got resting bro face.
Resting bro face. I like that.
That's terrible.
That's a shirt. Resting bro face. Oh, fuck. And it's just a drawn picture of Joel.
That would be good. That's the shirt.
Yeah.
We need one of those with our complicated pancakes and french fries.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. So you don't like staring at people? I love it.
No.
See, mine's out of stupidity, though.
Dude, especially
like, mine's
if
not
there's,
to... Oh, go ahead.
If they're staring at me first, I stare back harder.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That I do.
You're going to be awkward with me, I'm going to send you a double scoop of awkward. Like, I'm going to make this real weird for you.
I'm going to make it the weirdest that it's ever been.
Yeah, the whole time you're in that room, I'm going to be looking at you. So, yeah.
No,
I don't know
mine's
why
just
it's
out
fun.
of stupidity.
I
Like,
believe
I'll
that.
see somebody with an interesting tattoo or, they look weird or something like that. They just catch my eye.
They look
And I'll just start
weird.
staring at them. And then they'll look back at me like, what are you doing? But it takes me a minute to realize they're doing it.
Mm.
And then when I realize they're looking at me, if it was my fault that I initially made it weird, I'd be like, oh, like awkward, like fucking look away, like, oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I mean, if they're mad dogging me, I'm like you. I just sit there and stare at them back, like, all right, let's do this. I'm gonna win. But
Yeah.
if it's my
It's
fault
fun.
that I'm looking at somebody and then they look at me and they're like, okay, what the fuck you doing, buddy? I'm like, ooh.
When you get the people that are like tough guy and they see you staring at them because I stare at everybody. And I've had the people that are like, you got a problem? And they're like wanting to start a
never
fight
had
with
that.
me. And I keep staring at them and I say, nope, just staring. And then they don't know how to react to that at all. Because I guarantee that's the first time they've been told that.
Right. Yeah.
What do
It's
they
a lot
do?
of fun. What, after I say that?
Yeah.
Usually just walk away. Because what do you do to that?
Right.
Because I'm not playing the fight game, I'm not pumping up to like punch him in the face. I'm just like, nope, just staring at you. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't make me stop. If you come over and punch me in the face and the cops show up, you can't be like, well, he was looking at me. Like, you're the bad guy.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to stare at you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it all fucking day. I don't care.
Me and Cody are awkward stares.
We should go to the gym together. Me, Travis, and Joel just stare at people.
And I'll just be there with like big cards, like trying to block everyone's sight.
Right.
Don't stop
do it.
stop.
Aaron's
Yeah,
got a hoodie
feeling
on,
awkward.
like looking down.
He's so sad about the situation.
Can we not? Just,
Oh,
just
God.
never.
Can we just
ever.
not look at people ever again? Did you have something you want to say? I feel like you had something.
No.
No?
No, I just Ghost sent me an email. There's a company that I use usually for my pre-workout, but like of all the flavors that you could think of that would be awesome for like pre-workouts and whatnot, one of the things that I don't think would be a good flavor is whiskey sour.
Oh.
What?
Huh.
Why would you want to taste like, oh yeah, I want alcohol in my pre-workout? That sounds great.
I don't understand
No.
people that say they like the taste of alcohol. I don't think they're telling the truth because it's not good.
The thing is I do understand it because I do like me like a rogue beer once in a while. And
Yeah,
the thing
but you
is
don't like good food either, though. Like you don't like anything but like chicken and broccoli. So you're innately screwed up anyway.
dude, you don't know shit about the food that I eat.
So funny.
Not shit. And you haven't
that
tasted
was funny.
any of my food in years.
Fuck.
So
I do like your kielbasa and eggs. It's really good.
Kill me, sure.
so
Do you make
you
that
have
anymore, or is that
no
gone?
ground to stand on. None.
You're like fucking Wile E. Coyote at this point.
Exactly. And you're
Hovering
hanging
with no
there.
ground.
You just don't pull that sign out because you'll drop.
Yeah, you haven't looked down yet. I always loved that.
Exhibit A. Aaron.
Oh, fuck.
Are French fries good?
Sweet potato fries are.
What?
Sweet potato fries are.
No, that's not what he asked.
They're sweet potato French fries.
Nah, he didn't say sweet potato French fries. He
Do
said
French fries taste good?
Sure.
Yeah, just he likes those things. He just doesn't eat them.
Yeah.
No, he actually tells me that. No, I don't like those things.
Well, with some things, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I believe that he's wrong. But it's not that he's wrong. It's just that he's broken his taste buds by eating good food.
The thing is if you
Healthy food.
if you sit there and give someone like a tub of lard every day to eat, they're eventually going to get to the point where like it's good.
Oh, that sounds delicious. You have one?
It does. Yeah.
If you actually tasted lard though, like and just fucking ate it, it'd be disgusting.
I've had tamales before.
That's a tamale.
Have you ever
Not
seen how
just
they're
lard.
made?
Next week on the podcast, I'm just going to be sitting here with a tub of lard, just shoveling it into my
Cody
face.
just Aaron.
I like my lard.
It all just turns into a big thing about fucking just ripping on me, and all I was saying that I like a beer once in a while. Yeah, that's how
You
it
know what's
started.
funny,
You realize
too?
that? Like
Is
it
that
got
we're
so
ripping on you.
far.
We're ripping on you because you don't like lard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Who's actually gonna be laughed at?
Yeah, exactly. See, we think it's funny. Everybody else thinks we're the idiots because we are. So
Shocker, surprise.
yeah. So beer's gross. That's what we were
It's just a
talking
matter
about.
of, and the thing is if I wasn't a musician in my youth, and did fucking all the stupid shows and drank way too many beers that did taste fucking disgusting, I would be a lot more sensitive to alcohol in general. And I think that's just all this happens is the actual gross alcohol flavor has become a lot less
Keystone
apparent.
Ice nights.
And then now all the other stuff that's actually in there is like, okay, well, that's fine.
I drink quite a bit too, but it's not good.
Did you ever make a pyramid?
A what?
A pyramid.
A pyramid.
A pyramid. It's classic.
made a
If you
pyramid.
play a show,
never did.
you drink a pyramid.
Yeah.
It's 10 beers on bottom, right? And then you work your way up
Right.
until the pyramid
No,
is
I've never
finished.
done that.
Then you start to work on the 3D portions.
Yep. It's true. That was.
But when
that
I
was the
did
thing that
drink,
happened.
I didn't drink those kind of beers though.
I guess now that I'm thinking about it though, it's not technically a pyramid until you work on the 3D aspect. It's just a beer angle. It's a triangle.
That's true.
So
Beer angle.
a beer angle. I don't think we ever actually finished a pyramid now that I'm thinking about it. We got pretty far though.
Was it with you that like we used to get? This is gonna sound really bad, by the way. The bums behind Walmart to buy us beer.
No, I was never a part of that.
Maybe it was me and Corey then.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was me, Corey, and Levi.
I don't think you should tell
makes
the
a
story.
lot of sense.
Nope, that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah, I would say so.
But it was always something. We'd tell them to get something, and then they'd get us something really nasty so that they could keep some of the money.
Of course. It's just weird to me.
They're like, hey, can you guys get some, like, I don't know, something fucking Miller or something, Miller Lite or something like that. And then they come back with Keystone Ice.
Oh,
Just
every
the
time it was
cheapest.
Keystone Ice. You know it was Keystone Ice. Every time. I hate Keystone Ice.
That's because they pay you to take that.
Yep. And then all you do is just you need a receipt. I just want a receipt. I want a receipt. Where's my receipt? And if they don't give you a receipt, you fucking kill them.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing is you can't really be like, oh, well, this isn't what I wanted. You have a crazy bum that lives behind Walmart that just went and legally purchased you alcohol.
I thought we
What are
weren't
you gonna
get
do?
into this story.
You know what I think you should do? If you know that they're going to get you Keystone Ice regardless, you only give them exactly enough money for Keystone Ice.
Yeah, -$4.
Well, no, there has to be incentive. They won't do it just to do it.
Then just tell them, hey, I'll give you one afterward. You can have a Keystone Ice because I know you're not going to buy anything else. You're not going to buy food or something like that. That's stupid. If you're a bum, you want alcohol. That's all there is to it.
We're really going down a road I didn't want to go down here.
Oh, come on, Cody.
Insulting bums.
Well, I mean, they're very good people to buy me alcohol.
Wow.
Back in the day when you weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
Which is a long time ago.
There was
now.
one named Mafia Mary.
Mafia Mary.
She always told us that she was in the Mafia.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Right? Because you see all the people in the Mafia, they're like, with the suits and whatnot.
This is one of those
definitely
things
bums.
that's going to come back to haunt us one day, isn't it?
Yeah, when I run for president, this is what's going to make me lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Working on that political career.
There's going to be a cancel Howie Games.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thanks, guys. I'll never be president now.
Okay, disclaimer. I don't condone using bums to get you alcohol.
Jeez. Dude, nobody cares about this.
The rule is, I've learned this from Crystalia. The rule is if you're always this way, you won't get canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they just accept you for what
So
you
like
are.
Dave Chappelle.
Also, we've talked about much worse things than just buying beer from bums. Like, that's
D'Elia
stupid.
talks about some fucked up things, but he always does that, so nobody gets mad when he says shit.
They expect it.
It's just when, Mel Gibson goes on
They
a
expect
racist rant or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Oh,
Jews.
he does
Jews.
do racist
That was the
rant.
guy.
Are you a Jew? Are you a Jew?
Yeah. When he goes
Are
all
you a
crazy,
Jew?
it's bad. But us saying, hey, bums are,
Are-
drunks or whatever.
Are humans that can purchase you alcohol when you're underage. That's all we're saying. And you know what?
I wonder
That's okay.
if like he'd do a Batman voice when he was doing it.
Why would you?
Why would he do a Batman voice?
Are you thinking of Adam West?
Adam Wee? No, not Adam Wee. No, I just
would
want to
he-
see him do a Batman voice with it.
Why?
It'd be fun.
He's not
It
Batman.
makes no sense though. Like, what's the point?
My entertainment.
Your entertainment is dumb,
I would
It is.
rather he did it as Braveheart.
right?
That would be entertaining.
All right.
Are you a Jew?
Now that'd be great.
That would be awesome. You look over and he's got the fucking face paint
Right.
on. Wearing a
And that
kilt for no
fucking
reason.
hair everywhere. Looks like a goddamn lion.
See, now that's a great movie that I will never watch again.
Yeah.
There's so many really good
Braveheart.
movies that I'll never watch again.
Freedom.
But anyways, yeah, that's a gross flavor of pre-workout.
Yeah, that's awful.
I forgot that's what we were talking
That's like
about.
going into the store and being like choosing the non-alcoholic beer
Yeah.
O'Doul's. Yeah.
for the
O'Doul's.
flavor of it when you could get like a Mountain Dew. Like what? Get something that tastes good.
Right.
What?
You guys like weird shit like that, though.
Mountain
What?
Dew?
Like weird flavors. Like who wants a birthday cake bang?
Oh, that's me because
Oh.
I'm a big fat
We're,
bitch.
we're back onto that. We've had that conversation like 5 times, dude.
I'm a big fat bitch and I love birthday
I know,
cake.
but like, I mean,
He's a sweet
it's
boy.
not outside of the realm of possibility for alcohol when you like shit like that. Like,
No, but that shit's
Fruity
good
Tooty,
though.
Rockin' Rudy, like, no. Give me a real flavor.
That shit's tasty.
Also, Fruity
Beer's
Tooty
gross.
Rockin' Rudy sounds amazing. Just so you
Isn't that
know.
a song?
Probably. But I
don't
just
actually know.
think of like the fucking
Yeah, that was like Little Richard or something.
Oh yeah?
Wasn't it?
I
I
remember
think
hearing
you're
that.
fucking making shit up because I just
No.
pulled that out
I
my
think
ass.
that's fucking like Little Richard.
Okay, hold on,
Tooty.
Google.
Oh, Rudy.
That's
Yeah.
No, that is.
something like that.
Fruity
Tooty.
Yeah, it's Little Richard.
Rockin' Rudy. Oh my god, it pulled up Little Richard.
It's fucking Little Richard. I told you. Apologize right now.
Do it.
Tutti Fruity Rudy is what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Apologize.
There you go.
I'm sorry, but I
There
had
we
no
go.
idea Little Richard was fucking
Little Richard's the
writing
fucking
songs
man.
about
Well,
Fruity
was.
Tooty
He passed
Rudy.
away.
Now I want some Fruit Loops.
Now I want to listen to Little Richard.
No, but like, who wants that shit? Like, fucking go blend up a cake and put it in a shake.
Lots
or
of
something
people.
Like that.
I would love to do that, but that would make me more fat than I already
We
am.
live in a place where people eat raw cookie dough and things of that nature,
So
you know, and like ice cream, which is just literally sugar and milk, you know, and butter in some cases.
Well, and that's the thing. I like sweet things, but not where they shouldn't be.
Who decides what should or shouldn't be?
Yeah.
Me.
Okay.
Like,
What flavor
He is the
liquefies
world's
a cake?
authority.
What flavor
Who
is your
liquefies a cake and
stupid-
carbonates it?
What flavor is your stupid rain today?
Peach fizz.
Peach fizz.
Yeah.
How is that?
So they carbonated a fruit
How is that
and then
any worse
shoved it in a drink.
than a cake? How's that?
Yeah, but
how's that any
they've
different?
done that. There's not any cake batter Fanta.
There should be.
They could be.
Yeah,
There's not any
It.
Kit Kat Crunch or Kit Kat Crush.
Okay, so
Oh.
You know, like
they just didn't think of
That's
it
like
yet.
when
He's coming up
That's
with
like
gold
when
right here.
right? Kit Kat Crush would be fucking
That'd be
amazing.
So fucking good.
Plus,
That's
it's
like
a
when
catchy name.
what was it? Jones
It is.
made the goddamn Thanksgiving
Goddamn.
flavored sodas. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was
do,
Jones.
Yeah,
That's what he
Jones
said.
did that, and they
Oh,
had
fuck. I didn't hear him say
He
it.
said that. Yeah.
like mashed potato and turkey and cranberry sauce. Like it just no.
Some people like that.
Hey, if you can make it a drink, make it a fucking drink.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm saying,
If you don't have to
eat
chew
the damn
something, man, don't
thing.
chew it.
But maybe you don't
No.
like it. You don't want to take the time to
Ew.
fucking make potatoes. You want to pop
Okay,
a
you know
soda.
what was fucking weird? You know what was fucking weird, and it was kind of good, but it was kind of weird.
What?
White chocolate Pringles.
I mean, it's sweet and salty, right?
That sounds good.
It's,
Well, and I thought that they would be like actually chocolate or something on it. They're just a Pringle.
with powder.
Like barely, you can't even see it. And it just tastes like white chocolate with salt on it. It's a weird
Yeah.
fucking thing.
It's not weird.
I
Sweet
mean,
and salty is
I
like
almost-
a thing.
I almost don't like it, or I almost didn't like it just because of the like texture. It just weirded me out. I was like,
The texture I could see being weird
Sure.
of a Pringle.
yeah.
Because like white chocolate pretzels are delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it makes sense. See? You're dumb.
I agree.
Well,
Mucho
no,
demo.
because texture, you have no
Mucho demo.
texture when you put it in a drink. Like, who cans Little Richard
I mean,
I'd
puts
buy
him
it.
as a drink?
if we go to the store tomorrow and there's a Little Richard flavored bang, I'm going to try it. I take one sip and I look like Little Richard.
Yeah.
Just got the hair and the fucking
yes,
suit.
that'd be great.
Fuck yeah. God, Little Richard was great. We never talked about him passing away on this.
No.
Rest in peace,
Did he
Little
pass
Richard.
away recently?
Yeah. Not too long ago.
When?
Not too long ago.
now I'm
People
sad. I
keep
didn't know
on
he was
passing
dead.
around that Chuck Norris died of corona. That did not happen. Stop
Well,
saying
if you
that.
read
Chuck
the
Norris.
whole
died?
post, if you read the whole
Wait,
post, no, okay, there's a post that says Chuck Norris died at the age of 77 from coronavirus, but if you read the whole fucking post, at the end it's like, well, Chuck Norris is making a full recovery from death and COVID, and fortunately, COVID's going to have to go into quarantine to prevent him from getting Chuck Norris.
Like it was a Chuck Norris joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Chuck
But
Norris
it
joke.
keeps on going around like people
I didn't even
are
hear it.
believing it. And the thing is Chuck Norris was born in 1940, which means that he's 80, right? Because math. And it keeps on like, oh, Chuck Norris dies at 71. And it's like, you can't even
I'm
get
seeing
his age
77.
right?
I keep saying 77. That's the one.
I saw 71. It's like,
Maybe
can-
they're doing that on purpose to make it look more fake.
I mean,
I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. I never heard that.
It's just
Chuck Norris is
it's
awesome.
dumb.
Love
And-
me some Chuck Norris.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Roundhouse kick fucking coronavirus.
Oh, he'll kick your ass. Dude, I don't care if he's 80, 90. I don't want to fight Chuck Norris.
Definitely. I don't know
Wonder
if I've
if
told the
that's
story
gonna
or not.
be who fights
My
what's his name? Tyson.
Tyson?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Chuck Norris? Oh, fuck you. Take all my money. Oh, I would see that right now.
He'd just round cow.
round
Just
cows.
round cow him.
Guys, can you round cow me?
Well, it has to be a kickboxing match, though, to make it fair for Chuck.
Right.
Oh, I don't know why I thought Mike Tyson was doing MMA.
No, he's a boxer.
Well, I know
Well,
he's
probably
a boxer, but I thought he
because
was
he's gonna
coming
fight-
back into MMA.
Yeah, you probably thought that because he's fighting Tito Ortiz, who's an MMA guy.
Isn't Tito a little guy?
No,
Didn't we have this conversation?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
He fought at 205 pounds. He is not a little man.
Okay.
He's like 6'2", 205. That's a big dude.
That's a very big dude.
Now that we've clarified this for me twice now.
Yes. Next week, stay tuned for when I tell Travis how big Tito Ortiz is. It's a running theme now.
He is still 205 pounds.
Still.
I wonder if Bernie Sanders is a big man. How much does
Actually,
Bernie weigh now?
He's been fighting at heavyweight, I think.
that makes
Bernie
sense.
has?
No, Tito. So I think he weighs a little more. I think he's like 225 now. Something like that.
Is that what we need? We need old man MMA.
No.
We need old man MMA.
You know how
don't,
many
dude.
injuries would result of that?
Just all the famous old people. They can only get into it if they have white hair, though. So we're like looking at like Ric Flair and Bernie Sanders.
Ric
Sean
Flair versus
Connery
Bernie
count?
Sanders.
'Cause he's kind of a salt and pepper guy.
Isn't Sean Connery dead?
No, I don't.
No,
Is
he's
he?
not dead. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably
Harrison
not.
Ford could get it on it.
Yep, he could.
No, I want to see fucking Ric Flair versus Bernie Sanders.
It'd be a great match.
I'm all in, dude.
You just
But
hear,
I want it to be a wrestling match though, so I can see like what kind of gimmick Bernie Sanders comes up with for his singlet.
I figure Bernie for a unitard actually.
he's kind of a unitard. isn't
What
he?
exactly is a unitard?
Well, it's a
It's
full
the one
body.
piece.
That's
You
not
know-
much different than a singlet.
Well, I mean, like it comes all the way down the things.
That's a singlet. Like a wrestling singlet.
I think the same. I think there's the same thing. Just
I think it's the same
different
thing.
Maybe it is the same thing.
I think it is. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Anyways,
Well,
I think it's about
thanks for
that.
watching. Everything's terrible.
Somebody edit. Bernie
remember
Sanders
that everything is
singlet
terrible.
for us.
If
And
that guy that I make sad all the time can do like Bernie Sanders as a wrestler, I would love that.
all right, if he does, remember to do both sides, right? You got to do a front and a back. And if you do that, me and Trav will find a way to get it printed, and we'll put it on Cody. And he'll be down for that. I know
On
he wants to
Cody?
say no to that. Yep.
We're just putting it on Cody.
You're putting it on me?
Yes.
I'm confused.
We will make sure that you end up wearing that thing for a podcast.
At this point, I
Oh.
figured we would just put it on Cody's PS5 because he's never going to buy a fucking computer.
I mean,
Anyway,
wrong.
if you like this, do all the stuff and whatnot,
Oh,
and
man.
we'll see you in the next one, all right?
Remember, rate
Bye
5
bye.
stars.
Yeah, do it. Because you can't.
I'm
Because
waiting
Apple. But-
Cody says bye.
No, I know. We're still talking.
Ah!
Oh, we got to clap.
Clippy clap.
Clap.